Last night at RPH shelter was pretty interesting. I hiked about 13 miles and I made it to the shelter. I ran across the two through hikers that I camped with the night before, which is River Rat and Woot, and a few other guys. And then a guy and his family shows up and provided some trail magic. Brought in a whole bunch of pints of ice cream. So that was a nice treat. It was a nice hot day. He also invited the hikers the next morning to his house, which is not far off from the trail, to a morning waffle breakfast. So that was pretty cool. I decided not to go, mainly because I feel like I would be crashing the party. It's really for through hikers. He invited me as well, but you know what? These guys have been on the trail for a very long time, and you know, I can get a waffle breakfast in a couple days when I come back home. So I'm doing something today that I normally wouldn't do, but I'm not listening to my body. I'm putting in about a 16-mile day, and the reason why I'm not listening to my body is I'm a little beat up. I got a blister on my right pinky toe, and I jammed my right foot, which is a funny story. I was walking, you know, through the trails, and I'm swatting away mosquitoes, and I hear a big bug behind my ear. You know, those big bugs make that like that bass ring sound, like, and I'm like, all right. So I duck, and you know, it's still behind my ear, and I'm like, oh, so I duck again, and it's still there, and I swat, and it's still like right behind my ear, and I'm thinking, this thing's trying to kill me. So I scream like a tsunami siren, and I book from like 0 to 60 in like 3 nanoseconds, and then I bang, jam my right foot, and the thing ended up going away. Some man's man, huh? I also have a little rash building up, I guess my mother would call it.
Crotch rot.
My compression briefs are building up some salt and getting some friction, and I'm having a little rash in my nether regions. I've been gonna have to do a lot of maintenance today. I'm walking a little bow-legged. The main reason why I'm doing the 16-mile hike, instead of taking a 0, because I think a 0 or a Nero would actually help clear up this crotch rot thing I got going on, is because I got to be home to watch the Bumble on Friday, and if I don't put it a 16 today, and I got to put an 18 tomorrow, and it's not going to happen. So I'm biting a bullet. So I'm going to have to do, the theme of today is doing massive amounts of maintenance on the crotch rot. May the force be with me. What's going on? It's day 3. Figured I'd talk a little bit about hammocks and insulation for your hammocks. Now, a lot of big misconceptions when you go from tenting to hammocking, or you need different insulation materials. The fact of the matter is, it's exactly the same as a tent. You need something for your back to shield you from the cold, just like you would need a pad for tenting to shield you from the cold ground. So you could use a regular pad in a hammock. That's not a problem. What I actually use, and we'll take a look right now, is what's called an underquilt. Now this particular underquilt is a War Bonnet Yeti, which is a 2/3 underquilt. There's 3 types of underquilts. There's a 2/3, which is the smallest, 3/4, and a full length. And obviously the full length goes from end to end of the hammock. For this 2/3, all you need, well, the 2/3 is actually the lightest and easily compactable, which for me works out because I'm short, and it covers most of my body. This is made of down. All underquilts are made from 800 plus grade down, if not higher. I know one hammock maker makes it like 900 power fill, which is quite awesome. Now you also need a sleeping bag. Now I use for summer what's known as a top quilt. Now it's not like the normal traditional mummy style bag. It doesn't have a back, so I'm able to use it like a blanket. And for this summertime, if you can't tell, I'm sweating to death right now, is it doesn't get that cold at night. So if you use a full-on sleeping bag, chances are you're gonna sweat to death. So this particular style allows me to vent whenever I'm hot, and I don't sweat to death at night. So you can use, obviously, a mummy style sleeping bag and a hammock. Not saying you shouldn't, I mean, because you can and it's doable. It just, if you get a top quilt which has no back, it's easier to get into, and it's a lighter weight, so it's more conducive for a lighter weight backpacking. So there you go for the little talk about insulation. I will get back to you in a little bit as soon as I crank out some miles and talk about yesterday and my reflection and the goals for today. Peace out. Water monkey still hiking. Today's gonna be a calf cruncher, but I should be getting better views today than I did yesterday. Isn't that nice? Wee early in the morning, probably around 7ish. Now take a look at that gnarly toe. Oh, it hurts. Stop hiking. Hell no. Brother man's gonna still hike. Water monkey. Water monkey. Hola. ¿Qué estás haciendo? Estoy caminando en el parque por 3 días. ¿Por qué? Porque quiero charity. Estoy cansado. Whew. In case you're wondering why that last blog for the gnarly toe, why I had a sandal strapped to my sternum strap. As I was walking and the thru hikers passed me, I think one of them dropped their sandals. One sandal. And, you know, I picked it up, and I know we're probably going to meet up at the same shelter tonight. So, you know, if I've been on the trail for 3 months and I lost a sandal, that would bum me out pretty much. So, you know, if I can return it to the rightful owner, I'm sure it'll make their hike a little bit easier going forward, instead of one hopping on a sandal when I get to camp. You know, if I was out there for that long and I lost a sandal, I'd want someone to hike it in for me too. So, kind of like do as to others as you have done unto you. Alright, back to this nasty, gruesome hike. Got about 5 miles to the first shelter. I'll have some lunch, and then 7 miles to the destination for the night. Yeah, I'm going straight uphill. Adios mio. So I did my 3rd application of Operation Monkey Junk Funk. Cleaned up a little bit. I'm about 5 miles in. I've got probably about another 3 miles to the first shelter. So I should probably get there in about 2 hours. My feet are killing me today. The terrain it's more up and down than it has been the past couple days. So it's steep inclines, steep declines. So the calf crunchers and toe smashers. And my toes are battered as it is. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Not much for complaining, but my giblets, they're a bit raw. So it's kind of making today Not as fun, but you know what? I'll get over it, and I'll have fun. That's what I do. There's a nice little water source. I'm gonna fill up because I just ran out of water. 2 more liters and that should get me to the shelter, and there should be something at the shelter. I'm also, you can see, sending a GPS signal. I haven't been able to send anything most of the day because the brush has been so thick. You need open skyline, and I've been moving, so I think it just can't seem to get a signal. So now that I'm stopped, I'm going to shoot a signal up so people who are following me can see where I'm at, and my family can rest at ease that I'm still moving forward. Alright guys, catch you. Nice. Here's the view before the shelter. Shelter number 1 for the day. Gonna have some lunch. Fading out a little bit. Had to throw some crackers in my belly. But I'm gonna go to the shelter and then scarf down some tuna fish. Tuna fish! Water monkey out. Morgan Stewart Shelter. Had lunch here. Met up with all those thru hikers. Moosehead. Special delivery. Low key. Woot. And River Rat. There's probably one more I'm forgetting. And I apologize if I forgot your name. Well, I've eaten lunch, and moving on 7 miles to Telephone Pioneer Shelter. May the force be with all of us.